Hey there, Rambler fans. Welcome to the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Bridget Murphy.
And I'm Colleen Kresge. Here's what's happening this week in Loyola Athletics.
Men's basketball won their first and only exhibition game last Friday, beating Ferris State University 61-46 at Gentile Arena. Senior forward Ben Avercamp had a huge game, racking up 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 assists. After a strong 11-2 start, Loyola's offense struggled in the later part of the first half. The teams were tied at 27 going into halftime, but a 20-2 run in the second half secured the win for the Ramblers. Avercamp and the rest of the team begins the regular season on Friday night at home against Toledo at 7 p.m. Free t-shirts and bobbleheads will be given to fans.
This past Saturday, the women's basketball team beat the UW Parkside Rangers 66-54 in an exhibition game held in the Gentile Arena. The Ramblers got off to a double-digit lead early in the first quarter with senior Patrice King's put-back basket. The Rangers came within a 3-point margin near halftime, but the Ramblers managed to hang on for the 66-54 victory. Despite their shooting woes, the Ramblers' defense came up big as they forced 12 Ranger turnovers. Sophomore Simone Law led all players with 20 points and 13 rebounds. Patrice King chipped in 16 points, and freshman Taylor Johnson contributed 9 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals in the winning effort. The Ramblers will travel to Eastern Pennsylvania this Friday, the 9th, to kick off the regular season against the Lafayette Leopards.
It's deja vu all over again for Loyola's men's soccer team. After a thrilling victory on senior night against the Wright State Raiders, the Ramblers find themselves heading into the Horizon League tournament as the 6th-seeded underdogs for the second straight season. Joe Flaherty has more from last weekend's game and the tournament road ahead.
The men's soccer team picked a great time to rack up their first 4-goal game of the season. With their tournament lives on the line, the Ramblers defeated the Wright State Raiders by a score of 4-3 and claimed the final seed in the Horizon League tournament. The Ramblers stormed out to an early 3-0 lead, and head coach Brendan Eitz credits the team's hot start to the players' abilities to rally around the seniors and thrive off of the emotions of senior night.
I think the energy from the beginning came from that, playing for the seniors and sending them off on the right note. So we did press a little bit, which is a little bit different than we have in the past. So I think when we pressed them, we created some opportunities.
The Wright State Raiders managed to score a goal late in the first half, but sophomore forward Andrew Raymonds buried a chip shot in the 47th minute to extend the lead to 4-1. Raymonds clearly felt the urgency of the situation and was determined to help extend the seniors' careers.
Yeah, that was huge. After our last game at Bradley, our seniors came in to the locker room and really put it on us. They challenged us to come out and play for them today. Potentially this could have been their last game, and we realized that. Pete's been here for 5 years, and we really just didn't want it to be their last game. We want to keep going.
The Raiders did mount a comeback with 2 late goals, but it was all for naught. Fifth-year senior goalie Pete McEwen stopped 5 shots and earned the winning goal in his final regular season game as a Rambler. McEwen was confident that the Ramblers can put together a hot streak in the tournament, just like last year.
You know what? This league is wide open. If you get in the tournament, anybody's got a shot. I don't know why they bother seeding it because there's a lot of parity. So, we feel very confident. We feel very good being the defending champions and being in the same position we were last year.
Playing in a must-win game on senior night may have been exciting enough, but the fact that Saturday was also Peter's birthday made the victory on Saturday even sweeter.
Yeah, definitely the best birthday present this year, for sure.
The Ramblers carried their momentum into the first round of the tournament, where they defeated the UIC Flames by a score of 4-3 on Tuesday night. They'll square off against the top-seeded Detroit Titans on Friday in the semifinals for a chance to head to their second straight Horizon League championship. For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Joe Flaherty.
The men's soccer team is one step closer to defending their Horizon League title after capturing an exciting victory over UIC in the quarterfinals. Outscoring the Flames 4-3, the Ramblers advanced to the semifinals of the tournament. Freshman Jake Savino had a solid game, tallying both a goal and an assist. Other Ramblers to score were Dane Bergstrom, Nick Sanchez, and Ryan Howe, who netted the game winner in the 81st minute. The stout Rambler defense thwarted a number of UIC's efforts to equalize the score. Loyola will go on the road to play University of Detroit on Friday, November 9th at 2 p.m.
At the beginning of this month, the NCAA announced that Loyola University Chicago will host the NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship. This is big news for the Loyola community since it will be the first NCAA championship of any kind hosted at Loyola. Assistant Vice President Director of Athletics, Dr. Grace Calhoun, hopes that hosting this event will help Loyola sports be recognized on a national level. Also this month, the Loyola Athletics Department and its players are participating in Movember. During the month of November, male athletes will grow mustaches to help raise awareness of men's health issues and raise money for research. The men's volleyball team helped spread interest in order to support freshman Owen McAndrews, who was diagnosed with testicular cancer over a year ago. Last year, the organization raised over $126 million worldwide. The cross-country teams won conference, the men and women's soccer teams won at least one playoff game each, and the women's volleyball team is looking like they can make a run for the Horizon League title. But the sport people care about the most is football. With the club season over, there's only one way Loyola can get its fixed. Megan Carabelli has more.
Each year, fans wait with bated breath for the fall season, when all their questions will be answered. Finally, the most awaited season in all of sports is upon us, football season. But at Loyola, we don't just play the sissy kind of football where players wear pads and helmets. No, we Ramblers play flag football. Yes, it's time for the Loyola Men's Intramural Flag Football Championships. The games are 6-on-6 and everyone is an eligible receiver. Loyola offers a men's intramural and a co-ed intramural team. The teams all play for fun against other Loyola intramural teams in the program. However, flag football is not the only football team Loyola offers anymore.
Before the addition of the Loyola Club football team, the Loyola Intramural Flag Football program was the highest level of football that Loyola offered. The teams play every fall at the Sean Earl Track and Field.
One of the finalist teams is named 5 West and consists of all freshmen. 5 West team player James Gomez enjoys playing with all of his first-year friends.
Be an all-freshman team because we're all pretty close. We all live in the same building.
5 West has not been without its challenges this season. Teammate Jacob Roos says the squad has learned to work through their struggles and come out successful.
At first we struggled with our chemistry, then we got a little better, and now we're a really solid team. We're actually missing our star quarterback, but we're doing without him.
However, 5 West chemistry was not enough to lead them to victory in the championships. The freshmen fell to the opposing team, the White Bears, on Wednesday at the men's intramural flag football final. Don't worry, only 365 more days until next year's long-awaited flag football championship. For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Megan Carabelli.
With the baseball offseason about to begin, which Chicago team is most likely to improve the most? Now that the women's basketball season is about to begin, who will be named Loyola Women's Basketball MVP this year? Let's see how these and other questions are debated on the Weekly Ramble.
Thanks, ladies, and welcome everybody to the Weekly Ramble. I am joined today with Paige Criddle and Brendan Vaughn. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. Brendan, thanks for wearing a coat.
I do what I can.
Our first question, we're going baseball despite the weather. Off-season's coming up, free agency around the corner. Who is better off-season, Cubs or the Sox?
I'm going to say the White Sox because they just re-signed. They just re-signed Jake Peavy and Gavin Floyd for the next 2 years. They're looking at their free agents. It's going to be great. Rick Hahn's excited for next season. We're going to see a lot of player development. So,
Brendan.
I'm going to say the Cubs, and thank you. I hate to admit it, but they were absolutely brutal last year. They were absolutely brutal. They actually were not last place. The Astros were last year, but they were last place, or they were bad this year. So the only way it go is up. They are working on getting a lot of pitching, building up the farm system. So
yeah,
any moves they make
last year,
is going to be an improvement.
Sorry. Well, you did win that point.
Yes.
By the slimmest of margins. So the point goes to Brendan.
Yeah.
Second question. The Bears right now have a commanding lead in the NFC North. I don't think you two homers. You guys think they hang on?
Yeah. Of course they do.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with Brendan. After last week's win over the Titans, the defense is looking really good. We're going to carry it out. Momentum's going to get us through.
Bears. Not surprising we're in Chicago.
Not at all.
Lot of homers here. Anyway, so Brendan, with a slim margin, now we go back to Loyola and women's basketball. Basketball season starts tomorrow night for us. Who's the MVP of the women's team?
Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to have to say Simone Law's going to take it. She was last year, she was leading 5th all-time in freshman scoring. She was on the Horizon League all new-timers team. She's going to get it this year.
I agree that Simone's a good player, but I think the MVP this year is going to be Patrice King. She also was on the all-newcomer team last year. In their exhibition game the other day, she scored 17 points at 7-11 shooting, which is very efficient. At the guard role, she's going to have the ball in her hands a lot. I'm going to say it's Patrice King.
Well, everybody's going with the forward right there. So that's Paige's point. We're all tied up. Our final tiebreaker, the Nick Tater and the Alabama Crimson Tide. They're probably going to be in the national championship game. Who plays them?
They could beat the Chiefs right now if they wanted to. I'm going to say it's going to be K-State, which stands for Klein State. Actually, it does stand for Kansas State, but Colin Klein, he's the front runner for the Heisman. As much of a Notre Dame fan as I am, and I like the Ducks too, they have tougher roads to the national championship. Notre Dame barely got by Pitt, and Oregon has to play Stanford, Oregon State. So Kansas State is the easiest road to get there to play Alabama.
I'm going Notre Dame all the way. Notre Dame's going to benefit from the rest. Notre Dame's going to benefit from the rest of their season. They're going to make it all the way there. They got USC coming up. They can go through them. They got this.
No love for the quack attack. Well,
nah.
As they say, it's better to be lucky than good, and Our Lady has been lucky this year.
What? That's a Notre Dame pun.
With the
That's a Notre
tiebreaker.
Dame pun.
With the tiebreaker, and he wins it. Anyway, we're going to send it right back to the desk. Thanks for stopping by.
Basketball is taking over the sports scene both on campus and the NBA. Phoenix Sport editor Brendan Bond is here to give us the rundown of what the newspaper staffers have to say about the basketball seasons ahead.
This week in the sports section of Loyola Phoenix, we got a lot of basketball coming at you. We have an NBA preview, Twitter style, men's and women's basketball previews, including players to watch and highlighted games, along with a recap of the women's soccer semifinal run this season. So make sure you pick up a Phoenix at the nearest newsstand by your dorm or wherever. Back to you guys at the desk.
That wraps up this week's edition of the Sports Locker. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel at Loyola RSL to catch up on what you missed. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at LU Sports Locker. We'll see you next week with more on what's happening in Loyola sports world. I'm Bridget Murphy.
And I'm Colleen Kresge. Thanks for stopping by the locker, and don't forget to turn out the lights.